My name is Daniel Salmanovich from the Arcade Hotel. This is my success story for UKVibe.TV. Today I'll be talking about my journey as an entrepreneur with the Arcade Hotel. My name is Daniel Salmanovich. I'm the owner and the manager of the Arcade Hotel. And what I do on a regular basis is a lot. I was born in Montreal, Canada, and my childhood had to do with a lot of video games and science fiction movies. I wanted to be a Jedi, so I don't think that really worked out, but yeah. I worked in the service industry for 10 years before I got into event planning and production management. After that, I moved to Holland to start with the hotels. The hotel was here as the Aalborg Hotel, and last year we wanted to rebrand, so that's where we came up with the idea of the arcade. The idea was, I got the idea because I travel quite a bit, and if I would go to a hotel, I would see Netflix and Apple TV, but nothing to do with gaming. So I thought to incorporate one with the other, so I brought video games into the hotel. It's something I've been playing video games since I'm a kid, so it's a big passion of mine. And I decided to give it a try to see if this was something that people wanted. And the retro aspect is because there's still a lot of people who are 30, 35 plus who have been gaming since they were kids, but don't have a chance to play the retro things. So I thought if we put retro, this would give people a chance to kind of reminisce and be a little nostalgic and probably beat the games that they took hours to beat when they were kids, and then you can beat it in like a half an hour nowadays. So Amsterdam, well, this is a family business, so it wasn't really a choice that I had, but if we were going to try this concept anywhere, Amsterdam is a perfect city for it. So with the age group and the demographic of people who come to Amsterdam, I think this kind of fits in perfectly with the video gaming age. I think impacting in a positive way, I think it brings these childhood memories back to people, and I think sometimes when you get nostalgic, you kind of remember the good times, and especially once you're on vacation and you have this ability to look back and smile at the music that you haven't heard in 20 years from an old N64 game or an old Super Nintendo game. I think it gives people that good feeling. So I think it's a very nice positive impact. Yeah. How do I stay motivated? You want to answer this one? Exactly. There you go. I stay motivated because I come into a workplace where I really enjoy, first of all, the people I work with, and second of all, what we're doing here. So I was able to bring a huge passion of mine, video games and comic books, and the sci-fi geek nerd culture that I grew up with and that I got pushed around for being part of. But now I've been able to turn this into something really interesting, and every day I wake up and I come here with a smile on my face. Moving from Montreal to Amsterdam, it wasn't so much a culture shock, but it's still a different way of living and working. Europe, especially Holland, is more socialist, and in Canada I think we're less socialist, but we still are socialist. So it took me a while to start getting used to how people work here, how the government works, how you have to work with the staff. But I've been helped. I have an administrator who's a Dutch person, and he helps me navigate through taxes and government and things like that. So the city itself, the people are very different than Canadians. Canadians, I think, are a lot more, hey, how you doing? And here in Holland, it's a little bit more, oh, hello. Nice to see you. But, I mean, it's been 13 years and I feel like I'm at home here. I wake up with my baby daughter. We get to play for about 15, 20 minutes before I need to start getting ready to come to work. And then it's like any other business. You got to come in, you got to make sure that the place hasn't, burned down in a fiery blaze of glory overnight. Fixing whatever mistakes or problems that we have, troubleshooting with the guests. So I don't really have a schedule because in the hotels it's something new every single day. So, but I do, not as a ritual, but I do try and get in at least 3 or 4 hours of video gaming a week now. It used to be a day, but now it's a week, so yeah. I don't know about subjects because I learned from doing, not from studying. But I guess if you're going to start any venture or any business, you need to do your research. Before I started this place, I think I spent about 3 or 4 weeks Googling, checking, making sure that we were the first doing what we were doing. So I guess if you're going to start your own business, it's all about research. Have as much knowledge as you can before you decide to do anything. Rockstar. If I wasn't doing this, if I wasn't working in this hotel, no, I don't think I'd be a rock star. I think I'd be what I think I would be doing is putting on festivals, doing the production and the management for music festivals, or a police officer, or a fireman, or a Jedi. Favorite places to travel? Istanbul is a fantastic city. It's one of my favorite cities in the world because the food there, for starters, is amazing. Second of all, the West meets East in one city is amazing. It's a really modern, secular city while holding on to a lot of traditional values or atmosphere. It's really interesting to see a McDonald's that's in a building that's 3,000 years old, for example. So Istanbul is one of my favorite places to be. As for hobbies, surfing is definitely one of them. Here in Holland, we do have some surfing, and it's extremely, extremely cold, but it's still something that I enjoy doing. Video gaming, definitely. Collecting comic books, so visiting the comic book shop at least once a month to pick up some trade paperbacks or graphic novels that I've missed. And hobbies, what else? Yeah, playing with my baby girl, teaching her about the Force, and she can choose whatever, the good, the light or the dark, it's up to her. Yeah, and rewatching old science fiction classics. Expand and expand. Within the next 12 months, we're building more rooms in the basement of the hotel, including one gaming room, which will include VR. After that, we want to open up in more locations. I'd like to be in a few more cities in Europe. I'd like to bring this concept back to Montreal, where I'm from, and have this as a small chain of video game hotels. We're doing as much as we can ourselves. My assistant Joella is a champion in the video game industry. She knows a lot of people, and if she doesn't know them, she finds them. We do want to be hosting YouTube players, Twitch players. We want them here. We want to interview them. We want to talk to them. We want to get their advice and feedback on how well we're doing here, because it's these guys that I think spend the most time video gaming, and they would have the best insight for us. So not only do we want to have them here because I would love to have a photo with them, but because I want to challenge them to a game. because I want to talk to them about their experience. Not that I want to become a professional gamer, but knowing about it is definitely something that helps us become better as a hotel. As unrelated, it is related. So we are focusing on a lot of YouTubers and Twitch players. We're actively contacting them. Some have already been here, and there's more to come. So once we get our Twitch channel set up, we're going to be doing a lot more pushing to get these guys here and a lot more interviews and yeah. So besides the Arcade Hotel, I have another company called Free Movie Zone International. We're an advertising delivery company focusing strictly on hotels. So when a guest logs into the hotel Wi-Fi, they'll be redirected to a small advertising. When a guest orders something off the TV, VOD or pay TV, you'll also see a small video advertising. This is something I started 3 or 4 years ago, and we're now just getting into our beta testing. So for all you youngsters out there, it takes a few years to get something good. So, and if you have a startup, expect 5 years before you see anything. So don't give up. You might just be right at the cusp there. Luckily, I haven't sacrificed any family or friends or relationships that I've had, but it has definitely taken my time away from family. That I wish I could have been there a little bit more, but as far as sacrifice, I mean, it's blood, sweat, and tears, and every business you go into will take a drop here and there, so expect it. Yeah, I think I would just get rid of the, if I could run this world, I would get rid of the borders. I mean, that's just the minimum first thing that I would do, and separate church and state. Ensure that every single man, woman, and child had a house and something to eat. It's an ideological way of thinking, but I think it's necessary. So, and then I would make mandatory video game time every day. That's our religion, you know. I think I'm one of the type of people that is able to brush off pretty quickly and get back up. But if I have a bad day, or my motivation is I have a goal, and it's eventually to have something like this on a beach somewhere with the surf right in front of our door. And I wake up every morning knowing that everything I'm doing is to work towards that. So having that goal really helps motivate me no matter what's kicking me. Obviously, if you're having a bad day, you need to take a time for yourself. You need to go walk in the park or go play a video game or read a comic book. But if you don't have a goal, then you're not going to be motivated, and that's exactly what I have is a goal. Success is waking up every morning and being happy. I mean, that's success. You can have 20 million in the bank, but you're going to wake up every day miserable. Success is, being surrounded by the people that love you just as much as you love them. Success is having the time to, pursue your hobbies and your passions. That's real success to me. I mean, no bank account is going to tell me if I've made it or not. Find out what you love and become the best at it. That's probably the best advice for somebody younger who wants to do something. Find out what you're good at, find out what you love, and become the best at it. And then you'll wake up every day with a smile on your face, I think. Thanks for watching my success story, and if you do want to come visit us, you can find us at www.arcadehotel.nl, #Arcade Amsterdam, or #Arcade Hotel.